Welcome again to today's module on Artifactual Literacies, brought to you by Drew Writing Project and Digital Literacies Collaborative. My name is Heather Lutz, a proud DWP teacher consultant and educator of 20 years, and I'm really excited to spend some time with you today celebrating the power of artifacts, not only in the classroom, but also in every aspect of our daily lives. So let's start. We're going to begin by thinking about literacy, often pluralized as literacies, to account for the many ways in which we receive and exchange information with the world around us. UNESCO explains it as such. Beyond its conventional concept as a set of reading, writing, and counting skills, literacy is now understood as a means of identification, understanding, interpretation, creation, and communication in an increasingly digital, text-mediated, information-rich, and fast-changing world, thus the plural part of the word. Literacies encompass all facets of daily life, which offer exponential material from which we can draw to create authentic, inquiry-based opportunities for our students to make meaning and demonstrate their understanding. When we think of the texts with which most, if not all of them, are familiar or comfortable, they far surpass the textbooks or written works that exist in a conventional classroom. Digital texts, which encompass all forms of media, from movies to memes, are multimodal, which, as the word suggests, offer multiple modes of communication, such as oral, written, nonverbal, and visual languages, harnessing their collective power to create meaningful opportunities whereby students can acquire skills and a shared understanding across all contexts, opens up a world of teachable and learnable moments. Enter artifacts. In her introduction to evocative objects, Sherry Turkle writes, "We think with the objects we love with the objects we think with." If we apply this concept to education, then objects invite students to learn both with their hearts and with their minds, a quintessential element on the path to cultivating lifelong learners. We will return to Turkle's edited collection of personal stories later in this module to see how it can inspire meaningful, memorable narratives. But I'd like now to turn to Kate Paul and Jennifer Rausel's seminal book, Artifactual Literacies, Every Object Tells a Story. And in fact, every object does tell a story, which, as they point out, create opportunities for space and place to be evoked. In other words, objects and students' learning become imbued with each of their individual identities, cultures, and communities, and thus, objects have the capacity not only to empower students' voices, but also to enrich their literacy skills. Before we pause to stop and jot, let's visit Paul and Rausel's definition of object or artifact, terms which they use interchangeably. They write, "The notion of artifact can be defined as a thing or object that has the following qualities. It has physical features that make it distinct, such as color or texture. It's created, found, carried, put on display, hidden, evoked in language, or worn. It embodies people, stories, thoughts, communities, identities, and experiences. And it's valued or made a meaning maker in a particular context." Artifacts mediate our everyday lives and reflect the human experience. They catalyze empathy, spark curiosity, inspire reflection, and invite connection. And I hope that all of the experiences that we go through together today exemplify all of that.